Hi. Hi, welcome. I'm Hannah, and I have gathered you here today because I have the Opal for October BH Cosmetics palette. I actually haven't really looked inside. I wanted to kind of save my grand reveal for filming. I glanced in it with my peripherals when I first opened it just to make sure it wasn't all smashed or something and I was waiting too long. I got it 3 days ago. But yeah, I haven't actually looked at it. So let's look at it. Okay. Okay, she's cute. I'd like to talk about my my journey so far with this palette because BH Cosmetics, I really like their formula. I like their eyeshadows. They have really nice vegan eyeshadows, and they've been doing these birthstone palettes this whole year. So this whole year I've been kind of having this idea in my head that I'm interested in October, maybe I'll buy October. They're only $9, which I need to stop thinking about because to me, I've expressed this before, the money is always a factor in incentivizing me to buy something, but at the end of the day, it's not if a makeup palette's gonna be sitting in my collection for years, I'm not gonna be well, good thing it was only $9, you know? It's not worth it to me to add numbers, to add stuff to my collection just because it's cheap. I didn't think about that till after I bought it, but whatever. My only concern coming from this is that I did watch Angelica Niekvist's video about it, and she was kind of talking about it as a pastel palette. And I don't know why it hadn't occurred to me that this perhaps is a pastel palette. And if you watched any of my videos about the Give Me Glow Cosmetics Pastel Dreams palette, you'll know that I'm just not a big fan of a pastel palette. I did decide that I'm going to incorporate a deeper brown when I do a look today, because I feel like that for me is just giving it a fair shot. I don't know. Let me know how you feel. Because I get frustrated sometimes when I watch a video about an eyeshadow palette and then they use one shimmer and everything else is different and they top that shimmer with the topper anyway. So I am going to be trying to use as many of these as possible, but I do want to just bring in a deeper color to give myself a fairer chance of liking the look that I create with it. Because I'm a little nervous now. But it's cute. We got our Opal. Opal is very pretty. I like that it's the larger shade. I feel like it would work well as a highlight. I have my my grandma's Opal earrings in. And did I say that my birthday is this month and that's why I'm interested in October? I don't know if I said that, but my birthday's in 1 week. I have a lot of thoughts about that. I don't know if I'm going to share them today, but I have a lot of thoughts about the end of an era, the end of my 20s. Okay, I'm gonna pop on my Anastasia eye primer and zoom you in, and we're going to make a look with this. Okay, welcome to my face. So actually there's plastic on this and I should have gotten that off already. It's kind of nice though how they had the plastic wrapped around that it had to be the seal had to be broken, but it protects the shadows. I don't know if these get sold in stores, but that's actually really convenient for protecting those, but then you could still look at them, you know? So, I have an idea of what I'm doing today, but I'm just gonna kind of go into it and see what happens. So the shade Faithful, I really like this shade. I like using kind of an interesting peachy tone as a transition shade. So I'm going to head in with this. I think these do look a little more saturated than what I was thinking they might look like from Angelica's video. I'll pop a picture up of the screenshot I have from the website. And I think that this looks kind of similar to my eye as it did in the website. But I was nervous from Angelica's video that it was going to be more pastel. Ooh, I like that. Great. All right, perfect. I like that. I could see this being a shade that I dip into if I'm, using a different palette and I need a transition color. I like this. So I think my idea is that I do want to do deep brown on the outer corner, but I want to put this blue, this emotional, on a lot of my lid. So maybe I'll do that first. I really like matte blues like this. The one from Menagerie is my favorite. It is very pastel. I think the one from Menagerie is like a little bit richer. I'm gonna swatch and compare those just for fun. But the quality of it feels really nice. Like, I think pastel colors have a reputation for being very powdery and difficult to work with, and I think while this is pretty close to white in tone, it still went on really evenly. So that's nice. This mint shimmer kind of scares me also because I thought it looked like a little bit, I don't know, chunky or something. I need better words because I think sometimes I say chunky as like a compliment to eyeshadows and sometimes I say chunky as an insult, but I just think it looked kind of like pasty. Yeah, like thick and not that shimmery. But I'm going to pop that on like the inner area that's left. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this mint is not my favorite. I think I just don't like mint shades like this also. I'm kind of learning that about myself. All right, I'll keep it in the family. For my deep brown that I so desperately want to use, I'm gonna go into a classic, the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival. I don't think this is available anymore, but I love this palette. It's, I don't know, it's so good, it's so handy, it's kind of nostalgic for me because when I started my Instagram, I was all about looks with this. I bought this when I didn't have that many vegan palettes, and it's just so versatile. It's so good, I love it. So I'm gonna use this deep brown down here, which is called Hipster. That's very dark. Yeah, I am gonna blend the, I'm gonna blend it a little bit more into some more of that transition in a minute also. These blend really nicely together, really easily. I have to like redo that blue also, but at this point it's like non-existent. I was nervous for a second that like my lights were drowning out the saturation of the blue. But just looking in this mirror, I think it almost looks more blue in here than it does in my eye. I'm gonna use my finger for the blue. Cute. And why not? I'll use my finger for the mint also. Personable. Oh, I didn't even realize, I guess these are supposed to be like qualities of October people or something? Well, Opal is the name of the big shade, but the other shades are Positive, Personable, Faithful, Big Heart, Emotional, Daydreamer. I don't know about all those. Alright, I will say thus far, it's not bad. I don't hate the look, but I do think if I was doing this not with this palette, I would like it more. I think that I would have used the Menagerie blue. I think I have this mint from Menagerie that I would have used also. I definitely have a matte that looks like that crease, even though I really like that crease. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to clean this up, put on a little face makeup off camera, and then we're going to come back for the lower lash line. That's a little harsh, huh? All right, we're back. For my lower lash line, I want to go into this pink. This pink is called Positive, and then I want to blend it into Big Heart, and I think that will even kind of lend nicely into that dark brown.
What we do here is go back.
This is a gorgeous pink. That's not too pastel. There is some fallout on my makeup from this. It's kind of hard to pinpoint this deeper shimmer shade because I thought in some of the swatches that I saw, or not even swatches, some of like the palette pictures or Angelica's video that I saw, I thought maybe it was like more of a hot pink. I think it's like a raspberry copper. now that I look at it in real life. But that's cute. I like that pink matte a lot. For my inner corner, I'm gonna go into the Opal shade. I think this one kind of has like a pinky flip to it. I actually already put a highlight on, but I'll put more on top of it because I kind of forgot that I could use this as highlight while I was doing that. Oh yeah, I think you can see the pink there. Cute. That means the only shade that I haven't used in this eye look is the glitter shade called Daydreamer. Should I pop that over? I'm gonna pop that over the mint just to see. Just to see. It feels nice. It feels like, I think some pressed glitters feel too emollient, that they just are messy. But these glitter particles are like pretty fine. It's pretty neat. Come on, focus. There we go. Pretty. All right, I actually like that. All right, cute. I'm gonna finish off my look and we'll come back with some final thoughts. I forgot again about highlight. Yeah, nice big pan. I know with some of the other birthstone palettes, the larger color was like a bold color because the stone was a bold color. And I think while that's cute, it is like, I mean, all right, I don't want to fall into the trap of being like, good thing we have more of this product, because I know that realistically for myself, and I'm sure for a lot of people that are buying special edition makeup palettes when they launch, we have a lot of makeup. So we're not at that much risk of running out of things, but I think that when you're going to be using something as a highlighter, it's helpful to have a larger pan so you can get a larger brush into there. It's nice that it's on the edge too, as opposed to like it being in the middle or something, because then I'm not really at risk of getting my brush into other shades. So yeah, I like that it's a color that you can use for highlight, is my point. Cute. I like that pink a lot. All right, now I'll actually finish up my makeup and come back. So this is the finished look and I really like it. I feel like recently I haven't been that experimentative with my eyeshadow. I've been kind of in a cycle of using like one special shimmery shade and one crease shade, and that's kind of it. And if I'm doing like a little bit more, I'll deepen my outer corner. Most of the time that I'm getting ready now, I am getting ready for work. So I don't want something super intense and colorful, especially when, I think I've expressed this before, that I don't always feel my best in something colorful. It's not a sure thing. Sometimes I put on something colorful like this and I love how it looks. And then sometimes I feel kind of like weighed down or kind of silly. And that's fine if I'm around the house, but if I'm like getting ready to go out, I don't want to take a chance of feeling like I look stupid all day. And I love my shimmer shade, so it is enough for me to just like pop on like an extreme crazy shimmery shade and go. But it's fun to get back into doing things like this, because that used to be what I loved about makeup, was like creating. I think it's also like where I am with my eyeshadow collection now, that I have so much of it that I'm not looking at a curated color story and getting inspired. I'm looking at like a huge shit ton of colors and choosing one or two. That's kind of besides the point, but I like this look a lot. I do want to swatch these. My nails are a little bit more chipped than I thought they were. I'm sorry, I hate having chipped nails. But I'm gonna swatch these and we'll talk about the colors. So the first one, Opal, that larger shade, that's what I have on my cheeks mostly and my inner corner. I feel like I'm not seeing the flip so much when I look into my viewfinder, but when I was looking into my mirror, I really saw that pink reflect and I thought it looked cool. I thought it looked like the right tone of pink, or like the right, what's the other word for like background? Base. The right base for my skin tone. I'm not sure if that's because it had a pretty clear base that would work for anyone, or it's because it's my exact skin tone that it works with. I'm not sure, but it does work for me. So to that shade Super Pretty. I don't think any of these shimmers are like extreme crazy shimmers. I wouldn't normally think of BH Cosmetics as being like a crazy shimmer brand, but they do have some shimmers that are pretty impressive. I don't think these are the most impressive shimmers, but I think they're nice. The next one is this pink called Positive. That's what I have on the inner half of my lower lash line, and I really like this pink. It's hard to find good vegan pinks, especially in single shadows. I feel like that's an area of my shadows that I don't have an abundance. I probably have enough and I'm not realizing it because I'm so used to having an abundance of other things that when I don't have an abundance, it looks like scarcity, but it's not. But I don't think I have this exact shade anyway. Maybe in the Flight Club palette, actually. Maybe I'll look at that after. Menagerie with all these comparisons today. That's a really nice shade though. I really like it. I really like how it went on. The quality of these mattes, really like them. Really impressed. The next one is that Big Heart, that coppery raspberry-ish shade that kind of looked pink in the pictures. Gorgeous. I think that would look really nice for like an all-over lid color also, for like a deeper look. Really pretty. I think even like this pink in the crease, a deeper shade on like the outer corners, and then this in the center. That'd be real nice. The next one is Personable, which is that shimmery mint that I had on my inner third before I covered it with the glitter. I don't think I love this type of shade, and I think that this one is a little something that I don't like. It just doesn't do anything for me. It's alright. Yeah, it's alright. Probably my least favorite shade in the palette, but I'm biased against mint greens. And then the blue Emotional. It makes me feel emotional. I like matte blues of this tone so much, but I think this one comes up way more light and white based than I wish it would. It's still not bad. If you don't have any pastels in your collection, I think this one would be, you know, a special edition, but it doesn't make my heart sing. I'm gonna take off my watch so I can keep this going. Next one up is Faithful, which is that peachy transition tone that I used. This is another one that if you're not my skin tone, I'm not sure how useful this would be for you. It's perfect for me, but obviously this palette, I don't think it's the most inclusive for different skin tones, which is a shame. But perhaps that's like inherently the problem about these kind of like white-based pastel palettes, that, you know, the color is not that saturated. It's not going to be that bright. But yeah, I really like that one. Forgot to say, really like that. I can imagine myself reaching into this specifically for that transition color. I'm sure I have other ones like it, but I like this. And then finally is Daydreamer, which is that glitter shade. And that's nice too. It does. I'm gonna swatch it with another finger because I'm curious if it has that color in the base. I think that might have just been my finger having another shadow still on it though. I'm gonna swatch it with my Virgin Pinky. Okay, yeah, I don't think it has a base to it, but it looks like the shimmers are kind of like pink and green. It does kind of like capture the essence of Opal. That's really cute. I like that. I know press glitters aren't for everyone, but I think BH Cosmetics is kind of committed to doing a press glitter in every one of these palettes. So it's there. It doesn't really bother me being there. It's not necessarily the thing that I reach for because I prefer to use like an indie shadow that has a lot of shimmer in it than use like a topper. But yeah, it doesn't bother me by being in there, and I do like how it added to this look and it kind of like upped the shine of that mint that wasn't giving me the shimmer that I wanted. Okay, a couple quick comparisons. So this Menagerie blue that you've been hearing so much about, it's called Cetacean. I'm not sure. I'm sure that's a watery-ish term that I'm missing. But it's the most perfect, wonderful blue. If you're looking for a blue shadow to add to your collection, I would recommend this one. I think it's fantastic. I'm really enthusiastic about it. Yeah. So this is the kind of shade that I would reach for if I wanted to add some matte blue into my look. I'm gonna swatch that kind of next to it. So So it is like, oh, my eye's watering. So it is like a much deeper by comparison kind of color, but I think that's why I'm disappointed that this one is very white base and this one has more color to it. The other one that I've been thinking about, this is Turtle Club. It's a trifoil from Menagerie, and this is the kind of mint that I like. Just look at that. Wow. As you can see, it has way more color to it. Also, I feel like this mint right now in the swatch, can you even tell that that's supposed to be a mint? It just looks like a colorless shimmer. And this one is just so rich. I feel like this would have been a way different eye look if I had these two on it instead of those two. You know what I mean? And I want to check the Flight Club palette quickly also to see if there's a pink, like the pink I like. Oh yeah, I think a Little Baddie is what I'm thinking of. Maybe it's slightly more purple though. Pretty similar. A little bit more kind of like orchid in tone, but pretty similar. So I guess my overall thoughts with this palette is that I'm not the biggest pastel palette person, but this isn't that much of a pastel palette. I don't think I would it has some pastels in it. I feel like if it wasn't for these two, I wouldn't necessarily call it a pastel palette. Or even if like that mint green was replaced with like a deep brown, it would totally change the whole thing. I don't know. I like the mattes in this, and I do like that opal shade, but the blue is just kind of not saturated enough for me. The mint is not saturated enough for me. And I kind of wish I'm trying to stop it, but I'm still kind of thinking of palettes from like a money perspective. And oh, it's only $9, so I might as well get it. But at the end of the day, it's like, if I don't need it, $9 isn't a good deal. It's still $9 more than I would have spent. I'm still spending $9 for the same thing. So, you know, it's cute to have. I like that it's small, so at least it's not taking up that much space in my collection. And, you know, I like Opal. I like October. It's my birthday month, but I definitely didn't need it. And I think that this is kind of a lesson for me that I need to make sure that in the future, when I want to buy a new palette, I really need to kind of try to make it with my collection before I buy it, because I could have done that. Actually, I mean, I think I only had like a day before this release, but I also didn't have to buy it on the release date. It's not like I got it that quickly anyway. I think it took me like 2 weeks to get this after I ordered it. But I think that if I had tried to dupe this with my own collection, I would have realized that I don't need to spend $9 for 7 more shadows that are worse than what I already have. Because if I love my collection so much, then what am I doing? That being said, since I have it, I think I will pull into it sometimes. At least I hope to. I have a lot of eyeshadows. Mostly for that transition color and the pink that I have on my lower lash line. And also perhaps for the highlight, that opal shade. So those are my thoughts. I hope I said it all. Yeah, if you like this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, it really means a lot to me. A lot more videos to come about vegan makeup, cruelty-free makeup, indie things mostly, and my journey about trying to use what I have and buy less, even though I'm not the best at it. And thank you so much for being here. Bye.